What's good, wavy family, man? We back with another, man. Today's video, we got 15 of the most harmful foods people can eat. So we're just gonna see, but I'm gonna see if I eat any of these. I'm gonna let y'all know. We can go from there. Now the video is 20 minutes. That's tough. But yeah, we're just gonna go from there. But I'm finna go dumb reaction channel. Before you get started, man, like, comment if you knew it. That's someone going to the top. Without further ado,
we're lucky in this
let's see what we
world
eat,
to
man.
have such a variety of choices when it comes to the food that we eat.
I haven't had Chinese in, oh my, so long, bruh. I don't miss it.
There are still countless products that, while they may taste delicious, aren't exactly good for
Octopus
our
actually hit. I had that bit when I was in kindergarten. That bit hit. My favorite teacher.
It's almost unbelievable what some folk are willing to put in their mouths despite knowing the potential consequences. So let's take a look at the 15 most harmful food.
I'm gonna just say right now, Chipotle better not be on there, bruh. Chipotle better not be on there. Chipotle, if you're watching this, but sponsor me, bruh. Oh my god, bro, I love Chipotle,
people
dog.
keep eating.
I'll eat your woman. I mess with Chipotle.
Number 15, Doritos.
I don't rock with Doritos anyway. I can keep
comfort
them.
Snack and go perfectly with the game on TV or to satisfy a munchy craving.
Gamers love
but
Doritos.
The way they're made means that the pleasure you get comes at a massive cost.
That's not
Their name is
50% air
supposedly
anyway.
broken Spanish for little bits of gold. But you'd probably be better just eating gold instead of Doritos. To break up the niacin inside the corn that they're made from, they are heated and steeped in an alkaline solution, and means that each chip is packed full of corn oil, sunflower oil, and soybean oil. They are more than 29% pure fat, and have another dark secret hidden within. Have you ever noticed how you always want to keep eating more and more? Well, that's not purely because you're succumbing to greed, but because the chemicals they contain activate a hedonistic response within your brain chemistry and make you yearn for even more fat in your system. This is all before you think about the flavorings and chemicals they add to give them the taste and appearance that they're known for. Take a look at what a bag of Doritos did to a child's tongue some time ago. Incredible. Before we go on, we have a cool challenge for y'all that will take 5 seconds to complete. Let's make a deal. Just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button,
I'm gonna leave a like.
Hit the notification
I ain't
bell,
gonna subscribe yet. You really gotta like.
Luck
You feel
and
me?
fortune. Try it. It actually
they got
works.
1.5. I don't need my like. I don't need my
14,
subscribe.
instant noodles.
Oh nah, y'all gotta go, bro. I'll buzz down on some ramen, boy.
We've all been.
I know I be on a diet, but I be meal prepping. I have cheat days here and there, but I be meal prepping for real. And sometimes I just can't eat straight white rice. But jasmine rice, I got a pound. That feels like this big. It feels like $20. But I can't eat just rice, bro.
There after a long day's work and starving. The easiest thing to do is boil some water in a kettle and pour it over a packet of ramen. I know what you're thinking. What's wrong with that?
I don't like cup noodles,
it turns
bro.
out a lot. The problem is the chemicals that are added to them to make sure they have a long enough shelf life.
We can't manage work like this.
Ask me if I can watch his ass.
My team uses it to manage
Exactly, you know, bro.
Life that they can be kept in your cupboard for months without deteriorating. They are highly processed and usually contain monosodium glutamate, also known as the infamous MSG, along with tertiary butyl hydroquinone, which is actually a byproduct of the petroleum industry. These add to the flavor, but means that instant noodles contain very little nutritious content.
Say that bit oil.
And have large amounts of fat, sodium, artificial colors, additives, and flavors. They therefore contribute to obesity, digestion issues, and have been linked with serious intestinal diseases. But they're so easy and taste delicious, so most people don't think twice. Having them occasionally alongside a healthy diet won't do you much harm. But if you eat them regularly, it's
I'm good.
the time you started to learn how to properly cook for yourself. Number 13. Fruit juice. Possibly the most dangerous drink you can have is fruit juice. Not necessarily because it contains as many harmful additives as a
really all I drink is water,
because it comes from fruit. Most people assume it's actually quite healthy and drink it in much larger quantities.
It's not real fruit. It's like orange coloring. Orange juice is not orange juice.
Serious health complications. A glass of fruit juice is often said to count towards your daily fruit and vegetable intake.
Cap.
Recent research is suggesting this advice should be withdrawn. Most of the health benefits from fruit come from the flesh where there are the most fiber and nutrients. But this is all lost
supposed
when
to eat the
producing
orange
juice.
peels and
Instead,
banana
all of the
peels. That's
sugary
crazy.
sweet goodness from the fruit is removed and concentrated. And even though it contains natural sugars, these most definitely aren't good for you and consumed in large amounts and
That
can
must
lead
be
to
old
heart
school.
issues
I've never
and
seen them
obesity.
bottles.
Some schools are now
Give me that
banning
Mojo
fruit juices
juice, man.
from children's lunches,
Shout out
and
to
it
Sean,
may not
bro.
be long
Makes
until they're
hard feelings.
classified in the same category as soda. Of course, in moderation, fruit juice is fine, but at most, a small glass a day is all you should have. Number 12, Coke and Pepsi. Coke and Pepsi are the two most popular soft drinks on the planet,
Dang,
selling
rocking with
millions
Sprite.
of bottles per day.
I thought
But as
Sprite
the
had more than
obesity
Pepsi.
crisis becomes more prevalent, these products have found themselves right at the center of it. Yes, they contain large amounts of sugar,
I ain't
which
gonna lie.
can be as much as 3
I'll
tablespoons
drink
of the
Coke, but
white
y'all
stuff.
know what you gotta get the Coke with. I ain't gonna speak. Another ad.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can
Oh,
help.
this CPM hitting,
This
man.
sentence is grammatically correct.
In every can. And while this contributes to bad
I
health
don't like
and
Pepsi,
an
bro.
increase in weight, the real danger in cola drinks is the amount of caffeine that they contain. It's a stimulant and grants you a temporary boost in energy. But if you have too much of it, you will begin to feel more tense, become more
lazy,
tired,
man.
and start gaining weight. The reason why caffeine is more of a problem than the sugar is that it's even present in the
You
so-called
can clean your toilet with
diet
Coke too. I've
versions
seen
of the
videos like
drink,
that.
which give the illusion that all the bad ingredients have been removed. Every glass of soda, whether it's regular or diet, increases the risk of obesity by 1.6 times. And there's virtually no nutritious benefit to outweigh this.
That's
Furthermore, while a cold glass of Coke might feel like it's the most refreshing thing you can possibly buy, caffeine acts as a diuretic.
When you burp,
and will
bro,
make
it's
you
over.
urinate more.
Y'all know, like, when
So
y'all
in the
drink
long
soda,
term,
bro, and
you'll
you
end
burp,
up more
that'd be like-
dehydrated than when
Yeah.
you started. Number 11, deep fried snacks. It may not come as
I
such
haven't
a
had
great
mozzarella
surprise to you that
sticks so
deep fried
long.
snacks are harmful to your health.
Yeah, when I be on my
Even
diet, but I
this
really
doesn't
be on a
stop
diet, but I
people
be
from
cooking.
eating them in large
I
quantities.
just learned how to make jerk chicken too. Oh my gosh. I had that bit twice already.
The snacks, which are often made
I'm
from
a chef,
potato,
man.
maize, or flour
Cooking with wavy might come
have
back, but no
submerged
cap.
in oil to cook and absorb large amounts of it in the process. Not only
Hush
does it
puppy?
fill every empty pore of the foodstuff, but it removes anything of any nutritional value and results in a greasy, delicious tasting nightmare. Deep fried snacks contain huge amounts of calories and provide
that?
no useful nutrients. But this isn't the worst thing about them. The oil that they're cooked in is usually hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated vegetable oil,
I don't know what that
which
means.
you've probably heard of under another name, trans fat.
Ah,
This substance
okay.
is purposefully altered to increase the shelf life of the products, but comes at a serious health cost. It significantly increases
The
the number
mozzarella
of
sticks.
calories and cholesterol that the customers
Hush
ingest,
puppies.
and has direct links
I don't
with
like corn
increasing
dog.
the chances
So
that you'll
we're good
suffer
on that.
from heart disease or a stroke. Number 10, biscuits. There's nothing quite like starting.
What is that? Two things. I eat the noodles and I eat biscuits, but not like crazy. But every time Publix putting their drinks on sale, if y'all don't know I'm cheap, bro, it'd be like 3 for $5. Yeah, like 3 for $5 or whatever, or 5 for $4, something like that. But either way, that's a donut though. That's not a biscuit, but I eat biscuits though. Them just so good, bro. In the
With a
morning.
hot cup of tea
Ain't my
or
diet.
coffee that's accompanied by a biscuit, and it's a
Wait.
tradition.
They must be from like the UK or England or something, cause that look like a cookie to me, bro. I know they call biscuits cookies over there, so that might be what it is. But I keep seeing cookies and donuts,
Enjoyed
but
by
that's not a
millions of
biscuit.
people around the world. There is, however, a hidden danger.
That's cookies,
and while
bro.
most have, at some point, decided to keep an eye on how much they're drinking, they rarely
The
pay
fake ass
attention
vanilla
to the
wafers,
snacks
man.
they're eating during their break too.
Why
In
they
India,
act
for
hitting,
example, it's
bruh?
now thought to be one of the main.
I already know whose channel that is too, bro. I know that setting.
Jeans in the freezer? Really?
No.
reasons for
Mr.
bad health and
whatever
could
his
be
name
affecting
is, bro.
far more people elsewhere too. Eating a biscuit
Wow,
has
what
been
is his
found in a
name?
number of studies to actually stimulate
I forgot. It's a dude that be eating all the food, bro. He's wearing a headband. I forgot his name. It'll come back to me.
And morphine, which leads to further craving and even a slight
Matt Stoney, that's his name.
addiction
I knew
to
it would
them.
come back.
This encourages you to eat far
But eat
more
them,
than you
boy.
should, and since they're packed full of sugars and fats, can have a detrimental impact on your cardiovascular system, your digestion, and, of course, lead to weight gain too. Next time you have a plate of biscuits in front of you, just
said
stick
biscuits,
to one
bro.
and avoid the temptation to keep
Cookies,
having more.
man.
Number 9.
Alright, I think Santa got the wicked look. I ain't like, I rock with pizza, but I don't eat it a lot, and this is why.
Pizza is undoubtedly one of the most pleasurable
Gotta get
and
the
greatest
pepperoni,
foods
bruh.
ever
Gotta get the
created.
pepperoni.
And no party or social gathering is complete without a pie on the table.
Where's
With
the
countless
pie?
restaurants and takeouts serving them, they're by far the most
looks
popular
sick.
delivery food in the world. And people are increasingly eating more and more. Next time you order an entire pizza for yourself, remember just how bad it is and how long you'll be working
I've
it
been
off
killing
in the
them
gym.
little Caesar
A
pizzas,
pepperoni
boy.
pizza, for
I can eat
example,
that bit by
contains
myself.
311 calories, 13.5 grams of fat, and 720 milligrams of sodium. Now, have you
Cheese
ever
pizza,
just
nice.
had one slice? It's so easy to keep eating pizza that the number of unhealthy substances you're ingesting soon adds up far more than the recommended daily allowance.
That's
and will
Domino's,
lead to
man.
weight gain, heart problems, and the solidification of fat within your arteries. It's believed by many researchers to be one of the main causes of the obesity crisis in the US.
jalapenos,
But the combination
ooh.
of dough, cheese, meat, and tomato releases endorphins in the brain that makes you crave for more. In moderation, it's fine, but the way most of us eat it is very, very harmful. Number 8, reduced fat peanut butter. Who doesn't like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or Reese's Pieces,
I don't get
or
reduced
anything
fat.
else
I
that
eat-
has
I eat
peanut butter in it?
Hey,
Made from
y'all
ground
been through
peanuts,
struggle, boy, and
oil,
like PB&J
sugar,
come in
and
clutch,
various
man.
other additives, most people probably know it's no good for them, so might try an alternative like a reduced fat version.
Never go for reduced fat, but never go for the low fat sodas, whatever, juices, or anything, but I got more sodium instead.
But despite this seeming like a healthier
Other
option,
than that, a
it's
minute ago.
probably worse for you than the regular stuff. The reason for this is that
Another
when you
ad.
reduce or remove the
Y'all
fat,
get y'all money, man.
File with the help of an expert, or let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
For my meal kit delivery, I chose the vegetarian box, and the
Dang, you
meals that I
teach
received
taxes
were
in
the
school,
salsa
bro. I
verde
can't
enchiladas,
alright, man.
you're left with a product that doesn't taste
I
very
don't even know
nice
how
at
to
all
do them, but
and has a crumbly texture. To get around this, manufacturers have to add extra ingredients to improve it, and the best ones to do this are sugar and cornstarch. This actually results in a spread that has just as many calories as the full-fat version, but with fewer nutrients of any benefit, because the natural fats are replaced with refined ingredients.
See?
Don't fall for the marketing trick of calling it reduced fat
I don't eat
because,
Nutella.
well, technically true,
oh, I could do a video with that. Y'all seen them? Never mind, I ain't gonna
it
speak on
most
it.
definitely doesn't make it a healthy option. Number 7, cheese in a can. Every time you squeeze cheese from a can, there is a long dead French
You
food
sick.
expert
You eat that, you
turning
sick. But
in
you
his
know that's
grave.
not good for you,
But
man.
beyond the complete abomination that the
I tried
product
it
is
before,
from
I
a
ain't like it,
culinary
man. It was a
perspective, it's
while
also
back.
terrible for the
When I was
insides of your
legit.
body. In fact, it's not really cheese at all, and is one of the most highly processed foodstuffs that's available in stores. It's made
Who
mainly
eats
with
that? I don't
water,
know
which
people who eat
accounts
that.
for up to 60%
Then again, you
of
gotta
it, with
think,
the rest being
yeah.
made up of milk fats, oils,
Yes, nah.
countless
Really
stabilizing
easy
ingredients, and chemicals to maintain the texture, and, of course, large amounts of flavorings to make the paste somewhat recognizable as cheese. Sure, it might be fun, it might taste nice to some people, and it might be cheap.
That's peanut butter, man?
But it's also probably staining your throat and stomach
Don't eat
with a
nothing from
bright
Kraft.
yellow
That's rule
color
number
and
one.
causing untold damage because of the ingredients. If you want something to taste
But I've never seen cheese in a jar that look like peanut butter. I've
of
never
cheese,
seen that.
then your best bet is to use cheese, because at least it has some nutritional benefits that can justify the fats that
Even cheese, but y'all know processed cheese, bro. You could burn it, it's not real.
you're
That's
also
crazy.
eating. Number
No, if
6,
it burns, it's not real. Shit
sausages
ooze down.
and hot dogs.
Ah. Ain't gonna lie, y'all, I gotta have my Roger Woods, bro. I'll mess with Roger Woods.
The idea that
Spicy ones,
sausages might be bad for you is probably the worst news, from a food perspective, that you could ever hear. They're popular cuisines around the world. From Germany, where there are more than 1,500 varieties, the UK, where they love to eat bangers and mash, and the US, where you can hardly walk past an intersection in New York without seeing someone selling hot dogs.
bratwurst, bitch.
But this is a foodstuff that should be eaten rarely, because the health consequences can be severe. The International Agency for Research on Cancer reviewed more than 800 different studies that were conducted in 10 countries and looked at the effect of eating processed meat on the colon. They found that just 50 grams of meat per day, which is the equivalent of just one hot dog sausage, is enough to increase your chances of developing colorectal cancer by almost 20%. Furthermore, reviews of death statistics from around the world analyzed 150,000 fatalities that occurred due to heart disease.
Vital Farms has some honest to goodness news to share, so I've asked
Give up the Roger Woods, though?
Thank you, Sean.
Disease and
I don't know about that, my friend. I don't know about that one.
Correlation of dying for cardiovascular problems, and found a statistically
I don't eat
significant
Roger Woods all the
correlation
time,
of
but
dying for cardiovascular problems and
even
eating
in
renal
it could be the
processed
banquet
meat.
ones
Number
too. The
5,
yellow.
Spam.
Okay, yeah, I got that. I don't eat
Spam is that strange meat that you can see in cans in stores, but for some
had Spam
reason
like
isn't
once.
being kept in a refrigerator. And while it may have been
Back in
popular
Kansas,
during
how
times
one
of
my
rationing
lady-
and might taste nice to some
She had
people,
cooked
the
one
way that
time.
it's
She had.
produced to
I
have
don't know why I'm trying to talk on the video. Have me a little something, man. She had cooked. You feel me? Breakfast with eggs, all that, and she had made Spam. I tried it for the first time. It was alright, but I ain't really no Spam dude. You feel me?
such a long shelf life means that it contains a number of harmful chemicals. It contains very low levels of useful nutrients like protein, vitamins, or minerals, and is instead
spinning
packed
that bit.
with fat, calories, and sodium to improve the flavor. Furthermore, it is highly processed and contains countless ingredients.
I've never seen a Spam commercial. Then again, I don't watch TV, so that might be why.
Spam and Reese's. Alright. I love Spam
Adam
I
Sandler?
have it.
Such as
Oh,
sodium
that's-
nitrate, which helps
Got the
stabilize it
movie,
and
but-
allow it to be stored for years
Shout out to Adam
Eating
Sandler.
large
man.
amounts of Spam will increase your cholesterol, stick in your arteries so your heart has to
$3.
work better, and put increased strain on your entire cardiovascular system.
Why I look like
It
buying
also
Spam
means
for
you miss
$3.
out on the nutrients
Crazy.
that you actually need, so should only be eaten in small quantities, if at all. Now we live in a world where plenty of different foods are available. It might be about time we consign Spam to the history books. Number 4. Donuts.
I used to eat donuts all the time, y'all. I stopped though. Like the Munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts.
Donuts.
They-
As
yeah.
a famous fat yellow cartoon
I haven't had
character once
donuts in a
said,
minute.
and he wasn't wrong. They're one of the most popular sweet treats around the world, and are available in countless different shapes and flavors. But as with everything that tastes so delicious,
Yeah,
they pose
bacon
a
bits on there?
serious health
Hell
problem
no.
if consumed in too high a quantity.
What
Take
they
an
doing,
original
bro?
Krispy Kreme donut, for example. They each contain 11
Dunkin' Donuts is better. Don't at me. Dunkin' Donuts is better than Krispy Kreme.
grams of fat, 5 grams of which are saturated fats, and they're so moreish that there's surely no one that's been able to eat just one in a sitting. An original donut from Dunkin' Donuts has 6 grams of saturated fats, which is almost a third of your daily recommended intake. And regularly going over a daily limit creates long-term problems with your cardiovascular system,
Ooh.
causes obesity, and will likely lead to a premature death. And that's before you take into account the heightened sugar content too.
It looks
to give
bad how
an
they're
idea
doing
of
it,
how
bro.
bad donuts are compared to other snacks,
Nah,
a
they tripping
chocolate
on
chip
that one.
cookie has just 2.4 grams of saturated fat, which isn't particularly good, but is much better than those delicious balls of fried batter. Number 3,
I'm gonna add play, but the strawberry filled one though, like when they got like the powder. Ooh.
If you work in
I
a
had
team,
donuts
you've
so-
got to
y'all,
try
I really
Monday.com.
don't be eating
Go
bad,
to
bro.
Monday.com and manage all
Maybe
your
that's why the way I look the way I
Fast
do,
food
man.
burgers.
But still,
no matter where you are,
Wendy's
in the world,
4 for
you're
4,
never
man.
too far away from a recognizable
I used to not
fast
like
food
Wendy's,
burger
bro.
outlet where you'll be able to
I don't like
get a
Burger King, but I used to
reassuringly
not like
tasty meal
Wendy's, but
for
now-
a reasonable price. But you might be
have
taking
my
your
cheat
health
day and-
into your own hands.
I don't know why I keep trying to talk with the video. I'm not trying to pause it because the video already as long as it is, but nah, yeah, I don't really eat out like that. But I mean, Wendy's, you feel me, every once in a while.
If
I used to
you
eat the McDonald's McChicken too. That joint used to hit when it's for $1. That'd be
regularly eat burgers from these places. Yes, there's a concern about the type of meat and other ingredients that are used, but the biggest risk actually comes from the cooking process itself. Most fast food chains cook more than their current demand, so they have stock available to sell as soon as a customer walks in. So to enable this to happen, they don't fully cook the patties on the grill and leave them in a warmer, where the cooking process is slowly completed. This means that by the time it's in your hands, it'll be perfect. Or at least that's how it's meant to work. But what if you're given it almost straight away? Well, that means you're probably eating raw meat, and this could give you food poisoning, digestive issues, and potentially far worse problems. You should also never order the least popular items, because they more than likely just cook a few of these and leave them under the warmer all day. So you're potentially buying a piece of meat or fish that's been lying around for several hours after being cooked. Number 2, raw oysters. Oysters are an acquired taste and certainly aren't for everyone. But if you are going to eat one, you had better make sure it's fully cooked first.
I don't eat raw oysters.
Be a believer that the more raw an ingredient is, the better it'll taste.
I haven't had food in a long
Once you
time.
hear about what oysters contain, you'll surely agree that they aren't safe to eat straight out of the water. In recent years, a number of people have become ill.
Bro, you're in the hospital with a popsicle in your hand. What are you doing?
Places like British Columbia.
Oh, okay, maybe she can't eat stuff and need something soft. I don't know, but still. I think you got it.
After eating oysters, which health officials believe weren't fully cooked. Some ended up in hospital, and, after testing, were found to have contracted norovirus. This isn't something that's naturally occurring in oysters, but is known to be present in human excrement, and led to the horrifying realization that almost 70% of raw oysters that are sold contain norovirus because they have been caught from water that contains human waste. The beds where they grow can become easily contaminated by sewage outflow pipes or even by the people who are there to harvest them. So if you want to make sure you never eat fecal particles from another person, your best bet would be to stay away from oysters altogether. Number 1, boxed cereal.
They got another ad.
There's no better way to start your
Grammarly does more
boxed
than catch
cereal,
errors.
bruh. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Frosted Flakes, but in my top 2.
Then by opening a box of cereal, pouring fresh milk over it, and eating it before.
Almond milk. I don't eat regular milk. I don't drink regular milk. Cause you feel me? Almond milk is better.
Or you rush off to school or work. Is there? For generations, we've been told that cereals provide the energy and nutrition we need for a productive day. But studies have proved that this isn't exactly the case. The first problem is that many cereal crops these days are genetically modified to increase yields and reduce the chance of crop failures. It's now known that the prevalence of GMOs in the food supply have caused far more cases of allergies, digestive issues, liver disease, and a reduction
Special K hit too. Cheerios is always, you feel me?
And cereals have been linked with all of these. The other problem is the way that they are processed. In the factory, the grains are mixed with water.
That's published, but I know them ceilings, but that's published.
Before being shaped into the familiar flakes, rings, stars, and puffs that we love. Once molded, they are sprayed with oil and sugar to ensure they retain their shape and crunch. But this process removes virtually all nutritious benefit from the ingredients. Even the extra vitamins and minerals that are added to the sludge are ultimately removed by the process before the cereal is packaged. So by the time it's in your bowl, it's just sugar, flavor, and crunchy nothingness. Which of these do you eat regularly? And did you realize they...
Alright, we're gonna end it right there, bruh. Oh man, I don't know how much it got out, bruh. I hope it didn't stop, bruh. If it did, that would suck. But whatever the video ended at, I'm gonna see. But I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, like, comment. If you knew it, that's up my club. We're going to the top, bruh. I mean, I eat what, like 4? What was it? Noodles, sausages, pizza. I don't eat pizza like that, but I guess pizza. What else was it? Cereal. I think I had like 4, I think. Yeah, I think I had like 4 out of 15 I eat. And it's not all on a daily basis too. Biscuits and cookies, so I guess I don't eat cookies like that. If I do, it's Oreos though. I mess with Oreos. So if any of y'all want to sponsor me, go ahead, man. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. I mean, y'all shouldn't be eating all this extra stuff anyway, but you know fast food bad for you. It's just convenient, kind of cheap. But if you think about it, it adds up over time. Me, I'm on a diet, but I be eating chicken breast, what is it, salmon. I don't eat tilapia, it's man-made. Broccoli is man-made too, so I get the mixed vegetables like the zucchini, squash, cauliflower, all that. And jasmine rice. They say brown rice is better than white rice, but brown rice ain't got no flavor, bruh. But maybe I gotta do my research on that. But yeah, y'all, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I hope y'all not eating all 15 of them, but if you are, you feel me, try to tone it back a little bit, find out what works for you and go from there, bro. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. So yeah. Follow me on Instagram at xbwavy. Stay there. I said stay there. Stay wavy, man. I mean, you can stay there, you feel me? But stay on IG. Like all my pictures, that might work. Alright, y'all. Y'all stay wavy.